Okay, good morning class. So today we're looking at functions. You guys had homework. It was exercise 8.5. You had to do number 1 and 3. Okay, so I'm going to do both for you, okay? So exercise, see my X is not working. This computer had its days. Just get the X from another program. Another document. Copy. X is small. So it's exercise 8.5 and this was on page what? 178. You guys are writing maths on the 16th of August. Okay, so it's about 4 weeks from now, no? 16th of August. Your first topic is, did I tell you what you're writing on already?
No.
You're already writing on functions, finance and probability, those three. Okay, so make sure if you want a good mark, it's a good time to start like this weekend. Yes, girlfriend, we're busy with functions. We're busy with it. Yeah, you're like insulting me now. How must I not feel? You don't know what functions is. Functions. Here we go. So this is functions. This is graphs basically. Okay. Why they call a graph a function is because the definition of a function that it maps for every x value is a corresponding y value basically. Okay, you get many different functions. You get the one-to-one functions, which is basically straight lines, and you get many-to-one functions, which is parabolas. But more about that when we're busy with the grade 12 functions. Then we put that together for you. Okay. I think we've read through the definitions and all of that when we introduced functions. Not so. Go to the functions lesson 1 and you'll see there. I've read through all of that and explained that as well. Okay. Probably weren't in that lesson because I know you take notes sometimes. Okay. Am I right? You take notes. See, you again not taking note of me. How much I not feel? I'm speaking to you from the heart for 5 minutes and you're not even looking at me. How much I not feel? I feel cheated on now. But anyway, so we told that the graphs of y equals negative x squared plus 16 and y is equal to 7. Calculate the coordinates of A, B, C, D and E. Right, let me put number 3 further down here. So we're going to need all the space we can get. Okay. So, in pursuit of calculating A, what is A? A is your y-intercept. What do you do for y-intercept? Let x equal to 0. So you say y is equal to negative 0 squared plus 16. You will answer 16. So the coordinates of A is 0 and 16. How do you calculate B? B is your x-intercept. How do you calculate x-intercept? Let y equal to 0. Okay. Can somebody just put in the group the topics that needs to be that will be tested in the sessions? Okay. We can do it later. You don't have to do it now. So to calculate B and C, we say y-intercept. What do you do for x-intercept? What do we do for x-intercept? We let y equal to 0. So 0 is equal to, I wrote this twice now. Why didn't you tell me? You guys scared of me? No. Okay, good. So why are you so scared? On this side. Oh, you're laughing? Okay, then. So you're taking this over. So I get x squared is equal to 60. If I introduce square root, what must I not forget?
Plus minus.
Plus minus. So x is equal to plus minus. Ever answer the question? No. So what is b? Minus 4 and 0. And c? 4 and 0. Okay, you guys understand? Right. Next. D and E. So that is actually the point of where the parabola intersects this line of y is equal to 7. Not so. So what do? We see the two graphs equal to each other at that point. Not so. So we're going to say 7 is equal to negative x squared plus 16. X is one side, numbers the other side, so x squared is equal to 16 minus 7 is 9. Square root of 9 plus minus 3. Not so. So what's the coordinates of D? Negative 3 and 7. And E? Alright, you guys understand? Now the sketch shows the graph, or the graphs of y is equal to x squared minus 8 and y is equal to 2x. CDE is perpendicular to the x-axis, or we could say could have said is parallel to the y-axis. First question. Determine, this is number 3 now. Put here number 3. Determine the coordinates of A and B. So looking at A and B, what you notice, what is A and B? A and B is the point of intersection of parabola and a straight line. How do you work out the points of intersection? You see the two graphs equal to each other. So the parabola, which is x squared minus 8, is equal to 2x. Not so. We get 2x over, becomes x squared minus 2x minus 8 is equal to 0. The trinomial. So x and x, 4 and 2, minus plus. So x plus 4 is equal to 0, so x is equal to 4, or x plus 2 is equal to 0, x is minus 2. Okay. Ever answer the question? No. So I need to still get the corresponding y values here. So I'm going to substitute y is equal to 4 either into the parabola or the straight line. The straight line is easier. So y is equal to 2 times 4, which is 8. So the one coordinate is 4 and 8. So which one of the two is that? Is that A or B? B. Why is it B? So x is positive and y is positive. As you can see on A, x is negative and y is negative. So on the other hand, you got y is equal to 2 times negative 2, which is negative 4. Which makes that your A value of negative 2 and negative 4. Okay. Then, in question B, they said, determine the coordinates of C. C is there. If EC is 9 units. So CE or EC, the length of that is 9 units. So what do we do there? Distance between two graphs, what do we do? So top graph minus the bottom graph. So CD or CE, sorry. CE is equal to, which graph is on top? Straight line, which is 2x. Minus the graph that which is at the bottom, which is the parabola, which is x squared minus 8. Why do I put the bracket there? Because more than one term following a negative sign. Okay. So it's going to give you 2x minus x squared plus 8, which is going to give you negative x squared plus 2x plus 8. But this is the length of EC, not so. But EC is also equal to 9. So I can replace that with 9. Can you see that? So now you need to solve for x. So it becomes x squared minus 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. So what is this now to us? A trinomial. It's a perfect square trinomial actually. So x is equal to. So what does that mean? That means to say that the distance between the two graphs, with the straight line being on top of the parabola, is a distance of 9 at x is equal to 1. So the x value here at D is 1 and 0. Can you see that? The coordinates of x. So what's the coordinate? What they want the coordinates of C. So C, what's the x coordinate of C? 1. So how do I calculate the corresponding y value of C? How do I calculate the corresponding y value of C? By substituting 1 into the straight line's equation. Why in the straight line? Because C lies on the straight line. Can you see that? So we now say y is equal to 2 times 1, which is 2. Therefore, C is going to be 1 and 2. Okay. Any confusion there? No? Now coming back to the next question, C. Let's pull this down here. Diagram is becoming busy now. They want to know in C, number 1, where's 2 of x greater than x squared minus 8? Where did you see 2x and where do you see x squared minus 8? Where do you see that? Where do you see that? 2x is the equation of the straight line and x squared minus 8? Where should that happen? So in other words, they want to know whether the straight line is bigger than the parabola or the straight line is more than the parabola. Can you see that? Or the parabola is less than the straight line. Or the parabola is smaller than the straight. That's basically what that inequality says. Where they say 2x is greater than x squared minus 8. You guys understand? So in other words, we're going to look where the straight line is on top of the parabola. Is the straight line on top of the parabola here? No. Looking from on top, so the eyelashes there. Looking from on top, what is on top? The parabola is greater than the straight line. Not so. What do I notice here now? Here the straight line is greater than the parabola. Not so. What do you notice on the other side? The parabola is again greater than the straight line. Can you see that, people? So from which x value is that the case? From x is equal to? What's your x value here? Minus 2. And it goes all the way to an x value of? What's your x value here? Your b's coordinate is? 4. From minus 2 to 4. That is the case. Okay. Let's look at it again. Some of you are looking confused, as you normally do. So again, if 2 of x is greater than x squared minus 8. So that means to say, where is the straight line, which is the 2x graph, where is the straight line more than the parabola graph. So if we look at the graph here, looking from left to right, we always read it from left to right. As x increases, what do you notice? The parabola is greater than the straight line. Then we notice, okay, here the straight line is greater than the parabola. And then the parabola is again greater than the straight line. From which x value is that the case? From x is equal to negative 2, all the way to x is equal to 4. Is that a continuous solution or is the solution apart? It's a continuous solution. Okay, it's together. Not so? So we write it together. X is then greater than minus 2, but x is also less than. We look at C2. C2 is just basically the other way around. Where is the straight line less than and equal to the parabola graph? Or where is the parabola graph on top of the straight line? Or equal. So, is the parabola greater than the straight line on the side? Yes, that is the case. So what do we say x must be? Less than negative 2. Not so? Here, the straight line is on top of the parabola. And then we notice again the parabola is on top of the straight line. For x is more than, what is your x value here? Now you see there's an equal sign here. So are the graphs equal at negative 2? Yes. This is the point of intersection, that the values are equal there. So I put the equal sign here. Are the values equal at 4? Yes, they're also equal. So x is less than and equal to negative 2, or x is greater or equal to 4. Are the solutions together or are they apart? They are apart. There is a break in the solution. Not so. So therefore, the inequalities will be apart. Make sense? So that was number 3. So yesterday we only did the one example. No? You spent a lot of time on this one example. So now we're going to look at the other one, which is your exponential function. Okay, it's on page 177. Example, page 177. You can write your reference down. People, this work is not difficult. You just need to practice it, that's all. Okay. Not difficult at all. And you can see it's a lot of marks involved. Some mark 4 marks, some 3 marks, some 6 marks. So spend some time on it. It's going to be worth your while. Okay. And it's nice, man, it's nice. Nice type of questions here. Not so? You are getting bored of just solving for x and all that, no? You must spice up your life. Alright, so let's look at this example here. We are told in this example 2 on page 177. Sketch of the graphs of y equals f of x equals x over 4. What type of graph is that? Hyperbola graph is. And y is equal to g of x, which is equal to? No, x over 4. X over 4 can be written as 1 over 4x. So this is actually the straight line. Then y is equal to g of x equal to 4 over x. Or did I say that first? Or did I say x over 4? Which graph is of f? Yes, f is a straight line. Why? Because x over 4 can be written as 1 over 4x. However, 4 over x, the g of x graph is the hyperbola graph. Can you see the unknown is in the denominator? So that makes it the exponential function, the hyperbolic function. Okay. So the straight line is the f, and of course the other one is the g graph. Okay. So the question says, determine the coordinates of A and B. There's A and there's B. The points of intersection of the graphs of the two functions. How do you work out the points of intersection? How do you work out the points of intersection? So the two graphs equal to each other. So f of x is equal to g of x. F of x is x over 4, g of x is 4 over x. Okay, so solve this for me quickly. Okay, so what do we get? X squared equals 16. I mean, that's when we cross multiply, not so. So square root, what must I not forget? So it's plus minus 4. If I apply the square root, it's plus minus. Okay. Have I answered the question? Of course not. So what do I do with plus minus 4? You either substitute it into the parabola, into the hyperbola, or into the straight line. The straight line is going to be more simple. So f of minus 4 is equal to negative 4 over 4, which is negative 1. Not so? So the one coordinate is going to be negative 4 and negative 1. Which one of the two is it going to be? The A or the B? Huh? The A. Why? X, negative part of the x-axis. Then you say f of 4 equals 4 over 4, which is 1. And that's your B, which is 4. Okay. Let's look at number at B. In B, we are told calculate CD. Calculate CD equals f of minus 2 minus g of minus 2. CD, which is this length here. Can you see that, people? They set it up for you already. So it's going to be the straight line minus the hyperbola. Can you see that? So what is the equation of the straight line? The straight line is f of x. Can you see that? And of g of x is the hyperbola graph. It's a straight line minus the hyperbola. Can you see that, people? So do that substitution quickly. You see here, they want you to calculate the length of CD. CD is the distance between two graphs. Which graph is on top here? The straight line, which is the f of x graph, minus the g of x graph, which is the hyperbola. Can you see that? So, I would have asked you to calculate the length of CD at x equal to minus 2. Here they gave you everything. Now you're confused. When I give you less, then you know what to do. But anyway, again, CD is the distance between two graphs. In this case, it's going to be the straight line minus the hyperbola. As you can see, it's going to be f of x minus g of x. But they want to know at minus 2. So what you must do is, wherever you see a x, you put a minus 2 in your f. Wherever you see a x for the g, you put minus 2 as well. Simple substitution. You don't need the equation here. Alright, so what do we get? Negative 2 over 4 minus 4 over negative 2. Not so. So it's going to be minus half plus 2, which is 1.5. Is that correct? Any one of those is acceptable. Okay, units. We will in C the same. The question says, calculate the value of K. If it's given that EF is equal to G of K minus F of K, which is equal to 3 over 2. So we know K can be minus half, not so? No. This is where F is on top. Okay? Here, what do you notice? G is on top. So here, it's actually this line here they're referring to. Can you see here? It is G of X minus the F of X. It's the hyperbola minus the straight line. Can you see that? There we got G of X minus F of X is equal to 3 over 2. So in other words, we can't solve X, in this case K. So what do we do? Wherever we see an X, we put a K. For G, and for F, so we can drop, yeah. Okay, so you don't need this EF here anymore. You can drop that. You guys know what to do? Alright, so do that quickly. Guys finish? Yes? Okay. So g of k will simply be 4 over k minus f of k, which is k over 4, equals 3 over 2. Can I cross multiply here? No. Why? It's not one fraction on either side. So I must find n LCM. What's my LCM? 4k. Not so? So what must this be multiplied by? 4. So 4 times 4. Just check something here. 4 times 4 minus, what must this be multiplied by? K, so k by k. What must this be multiplied here by? 2k. So this 2 is already accounted for. So it's 2k. So this is simply 16 minus k squared equals 6k. So what do I have now? What do I have now? Nice! Jesus. So I got x squared plus 6x, k squared plus 6k minus 16. So you can factorize this now, not so? So do that quickly. Okay, so we'll have k and k, 8 and 2, plus and minus. So k is equal to negative 8, or k is equal to? Which one is it? It's going to be the 2. Why? Because that's on the positive part of the x-axis. Can you see that? So it's actually k is equal to 2. Okay. Why are there two values? Because if you look at this side of the graph, you see this distance here of 3 over 2, this distance. This distance here of 3 over 2 will also happen there somewhere. And where would exactly would it happen? At an x value of negative 8. Can you see here's negative 4, I think it was, no? Negative 8 is here. Does it make sense? That is why you'll get a lot of marks here. Just things make sense, man. You understand? Doesn't sound like you guys bought that one. Okay. People spend a lot of time on this, no? Because these type of questions come up all the way to grade 12. Okay. Then in D, in question D, you are asked, calculate with the aid of a sketch the solutions where the inequality x over 4 is greater than x, 4 over x. People, what do you see here? What do you see here? It's a straight line graph, which is x over 4, yes? Must be greater than the hyperbole, absolutely. Okay, so answer the question. You see who have you took note? Am I hearing somebody ask why did we have to take note? She didn't know she had to take notes, she says. Right, so where's the straight line on top of the hyperbola graph? From left to right. Is the straight line on top of the hyperbola graph here? No. Here? Yes. From there till which point? Till 0, yes. From there till 0. Can you see that? Then what do you notice? The hyperbola is again on top. Can you see that? And then from there onwards the straight line is again on top. You see that? So from this a value, which is x is equal to -4, from -4 till 0, it's continuous together. So x is greater than -4, but less than 0. Or x must be more than 4. There we go. Okay. Are you all okay with that? Right, the homework is number 2. Let's cut this quickly. Yes? Yes! What's wrong with you? Can you see there's a hyperbola graph? We just spoke about something like that. Now, with a straight line, there's the exponential graph is number 4. So you're going to do number 4 as well. Nobody's saying thank you. Pleasure. Sounds like you guys don't want me to give you work. You want me not to give you work. Don't you want to pause, maths? You do, then you must want work, man. What's wrong with you? To me, I was going to skip 4. But let's do it, man. You see, that is what maths is all about. It's all about taking on the challenge. You see, because when you're going to do it on Monday, you're going to, not Monday, you're supposed to be doing the weekend first. When it comes on Monday, I'm going to answer each and every question. So that you can actually see how easy it is, man. You understand? This stuff is not so difficult, man. If I can do it, then you guys will, you guys are much more clever than what I am. You know, if I had to be in the class with you people would have been much smarter than me in all my subjects. No? Besides maths. Yeah. Well, maybe 1 or 2 of you would have beat me, no? When it comes to the word problems. When it comes to the word problems, I skip it in the exam. I hated reading. No? But that's the thing, man. It's easy. It's not difficult. And now, yeah, thank you, man. She said I must do number 5 as well. People, number 2, 4, and 5. You guys can start now with number 2. Maybe we can answer it. No, we can't. Okay. 2, 4, and 5. You can start with the homework now. I'm going to stop the video at this point.